Got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta line. I'ma call up the whole team.
There we go. Alright guys, so as we have worked through the night and northern keeps getting closer and closer, I've been changing up my tactics as I'm going along. One of the things I started doing was casting further and further as I started to get more comfortable in my cast in the area that we were at as well. I started casting up close and semi-decent, but as I continue to warm up with my casting and getting familiar with the terrain and everything else, I'm also starting to distance and or spread out my spread of casted rods and so forth. The rack right there helps us big time by keeping our lines right near each other, so that way when we are casting out and the fish goes right or left, whether they're spread out or they're not spread out, we tend to be able to fish in between them and sort through them pretty quickly. This is no different than fishing on a pier with other fishing rods to your right or to your left of you. So that's why I'm very comfortable whether I'm fishing on the beach, on the pier, on the jetties. I'm very comfortable, you know, with other rods around me, because this is the style of fishing that I do and where I practice every time I go out. And so fighting fish in, as my buddy pointed out earlier in the videos, that, you know, he wanted to see how this works out with multiple lines in the water and a fish going right and left. So as the night progressed, you know, I wanted to be showing him how I do it, and the reason for that is because that's pretty much 80% of all the fishing areas you'll ever come in contact with is people fishing right up next to you. And yeah, you can go down beach, you can find areas where you fish alone, which is all good and fine. I'm not saying this is the only way to fish. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying I practice for these events, because when I go tournament fishing, a lot of times it is like this. So being comfortable with tight quarters is a must if you intend on fishing tournaments, and being very cordial with the fishermen to your right and to your left. Granted, they also want to do the same thing: fish, have a good time, and work together. That's what fishing's about at the end of the day, guys, is working together. They are here. Fishing together, sharing knowledge, helping each other out, and lifting each other up. And if it may be not lifting each other up, it's lifting each other's fish up. So you are lifting your fellow man up, guys. What I also do too here too is when it does land, I tighten it up and I move the weight. Because sometimes it'll just tell you you're landing too shallow, it'll be stuck in the mud, and then when they come to try to take it, they split the hook every time. You gotta be able to move that weight.
Bump it a little bit, get it sitting on top like that right there. Like that right there.
No.
Huh?
That was me on the second one.
Well, what about that one over there?
That wasn't me.
I mean, you gonna keep fucking around or what?
I'm trying.
No. You ain't got enough rods in the water. You got slack. You had slack time over there for just half a second.
Half a
I
second.
don't know what to tell you, Albert. You get your shit together for fishing like this, alright? And I'm trying to get my fans washed off so I can go pee. I don't want to put this on my wiener. Because I'll forget to shower again for another week. And I'll let him be like, what whore is this? You ought to meet her sister. And I'm like, yeah.
They're coming in everywhere just in this spot. Oh. You hear the weight land?
Was that my fault?
I don't know. I didn't see.
He's like, yeah, you reeled it in. Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's all over here.
Yeah. I cussed it. I told him, get off that side over there. I put my thumb on it. Did it throw the weight off?
Yep.
Sure did. Now, why would it do that? For the crank. I mean, if you look at it,
Nope.
that's right at where it was. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel no chafe on it.
Yeah.
I think it was just Mach 5 leaving.
And caught the first cable instead of the third one.
I didn't roll it up right. Like I said, that's why you don't just bring 1 liter and go fishing all night. I seen you throw 2 on. Double more time.
I got plenty of weights, but I'm picky at what I'm throwing out there.
It's something up around.
That first one had to be a red, man. The way it took off, it had to be a freaking red.
Are you kidding me right now?
What?
What's this fish going floating over there? I want to try and eat that other one. Dude, I'm not kidding you. The biggest redfish ever seen. Baffin Bay, Texas.
Okay.
When they come down there, there's a drunk point down at Baffin Bay. You had to go by a funky field and drive down in there, and we went out, and it big old beach. There was just shit just thrown everywhere. Me and my buddy Leslie went down there fishing. We cleaned up our area. There's T-post. I've so much cake. What a lot of experience this first time saltwater fishing. We go out there, we're catching black drum, and none of them are big. They're like this. But we got probably 40 of them on the string. Well, I've got my truck backed up to the water. We got tied on the ball here. Ain't working so good for us. I said, what y'all doing? I said, man, fishing. What you doing? He's doing my job. All right, y'all got fish lights? Hell yeah. I'm back at the truck. President's John Wayne. He goes, oh, you're funny. I like to think so. Apparently, he goes, no, that's fine. He said, y'all really don't know anything about saltwater fishing. I said, no, we don't. He said, y'all caught some fish, but there's a thing called the slot fish. I said, oh, so all that shit right there is like, man, would you like a bottle of water? Listen, would you mind running back there and getting him a bottle of water? He goes, sure wouldn't mind a bit. And we're standing up by the front of the truck. Leslie goes back there and takes his knife and cuts it, slicks the fish in. Every one of them's about this big. So they're out there, and the water's like this right here. They're out there like that. There's about that much rope hanging off the back. Well, I'm glad to see y'all don't have any illegal fish with you. Leslie goes, yeah, you know they'll swim around every now and then. Man, don't know. You gotta look out for shit like that. We wound up making friends with you. He's like, I appreciate y'all cleaning everything up. We found this big old, it was an old salt feeder trough that somebody, a little concrete salt feeder trough somebody threw out down there. We took pickup and drug it down there. We'd build a bonfire in it, or everything we found on the beach, we'd throw in there and burn or whatever, you know. We had our little area we fished in cleaned up. He's like, I really wish y'all go down through here and clean the rest of this some bitch up. Ain't nobody's mama, but we like fishing this spot. I said, I guarantee you, I catch fish right here. I catch one fish right here every night. And if the tide was going out and the moon was going down, I'd catch this redfish every night between 9 and 10 o'clock. And that fresh pink shrimp. Feel it, put it on there. 8-foot over stick, 7,000 Garcia. Up to 10. That 10 held that 8-foot extra heavy ugly stick with 90-pound line on it, and it made it turn white up the spine where it just bowed over. I just sat flat on the fucking ground and sit there and hold it. And he'd sit there and turn and turn. The water wasn't that deep. He happened to be there one night. I hooked him. He just left. There's like 20 people there from work. Like all of us are doing. I set the hook. I got him tight and I sat down. I'm sitting there and just holding him. And he started pulling drag. I got him started pulling drag. You can hear the line. I'll sit here and let him. A lot of that tanking is where it's coming off of that reel from that line feeder, right? Every time it pops over, but every time it does, it shocks that line, and that's bad. We let it run off there, and it gets where it's running smooth. I'm like, oh, he's a loose. Like, I put my hand on it, it's like, it's getting hot. Like, this Abu 10,000 is hot. We eased up. I start reeling him in. That's the call. That fish you wanted to see is here. And I ain't shitting you, there's a spot about that far, right at the arc, down the spine of that line, right between the eyes, down that rod, that went from black to white, and it's going like this. I'm like, it says that 80 plus extra heavy, 90-pound lines bending this, and this piece holding it. No. He gets up there, and I'm not shitting you, that water pipe ain't that deep, and he's just rolling. I bet he's on from me and all the way to Ugg. He looks at me and he's like, You just don't push, do you? I said, well, fuck, I don't know. I'm not sitting at a deer feeder. I can't pick it, eat it. I throwed something out there, he eat it. I don't know what to do with it. He got a scale off of it in your hand. When he rolled, I'm not kidding, he probably wouldn't hear them fish right there from us. Like I said, water about that deep. When he rolled, his eyeball was about that big round. You could hear him thumping in the water. And he goes, shrimp and all, never hooked it. He just sucked on it. Shrimp and all, spit the whole leader back on the bank. Thank you, motherfucker. We wait a week, everything get right, we got there. He saw me catch it 3 or 4 different times. And he was like, if you ever get that fish in, you really need to let somebody know. I'm letting you know every time I catch it. So you hooked him. Well, and that's the thing. I never did hook him. It never would. He would just suck on it, but it never would. And I mean, I would jerk the shit out of it. Never once did it hook. I think that's when I first came and bought my first leader from you, because we were fishing down here on Causeway, and the guy was talking about it, and I had the same setup, 10,000, and I hooked the black drum that day with a crab, but when I went to cast, the line feeder, the little nub on the bottom, hung my line and backlash. So it took me forever to get that out. Well, once you backlash it, if you don't stretch it all the way out, tighten it up, put it back in there, it don't ever sit right. Especially if you cast right next to it. Because your spool automatically goes like this, and it's leaving. So any slack's gonna find the top, no matter where it is in there. And it would hang out. That's what I got tired of. That's why I came to talk to you and got one of these. And I never did catch a fish again. That last time he walked down there and seen it, he was like, I don't know what to tell you. He said, that's a huge redfish. But I'm not shitting you, it's probably me to you long, the swirl, and the water. I mean, that's lengthwise. But he'd be in water this deep and you couldn't see him. But he went out there, that game board went out there and picked up one scale up, that's so much bigger than your hand. Yeah, that's immature big. He's probably 70 inches. He's big.
It's like 7 miles offshore.
Well,
but you got to go 22 miles down the beach to get to it.
Right. And what I told him, I said, when you get to your spot, put a heavier weight on, go to the bottom, and then fish the bottom of it, because all your small ones are at the top. You'll catch bigger fish in the bottom.
Sometimes. The spot we would go to, sometimes the little ones are at the bottom. The bigger ones will float above the reef.
Right.
The little ones will be down in the rocks and stuff.
Right.
So we would drop down, leave it on the bottom, pull it up. If it's like this, okay, they're up. You go 2 cranks, and then you go 4 cranks, you go 6 cranks.
Ew.
And what pound is this?
Uh-oh.
Now that I've got my 2 fish to your 3, my little one is still.
Shut up with you and all your ears over there.
Yeah, we just got it all. You know, my dad wants to come fishing. I don't know how many more. Maybe last year. Kind of getting disappointed real quick.
Truckload of shit, and they ain't caught nothing.
Dude, I'm boom, and all over the pier. Like I'm gonna run all over the pier. Like as soon as I catch go here, somebody throw that go over where they were fishing. I throw a run, catch. Like I was all over.
You wasn't fishing that day. You was catching.
I was straight catching. The old guy.
It's nice when you do that.
The other guy comes up. He's like, he drives up to me. He's like, how much do you pay for this? He's like, you seem little baby or whatever. Now we set the drag of this and that in. Well, there you go, man.
There you go.
Are you serious?
Once again, when the bait hits water, that first 30 seconds makes a difference. You know what I'm saying?
I've done that, and that's because.
Well, that's what I was saying on the video earlier. You know, because that's something. Don't just throw it out there and set it down and walk off. Throw it out there, let it sit, and watch it before you set it down, and then give it a minute, then walk off. Because when it hits the water, something goes set. Oh, check that out.
Yeah, I did that, and then I did another time. Talking about how I've done it before. Like 3 other guys, hey man, you might catch bro, like,
I'm busy. I'm busy. Do you mind? You didn't YouTube that? Get out of here.
Dude, this was about a decade before I even started my YouTube. They're real thin.
Right.
Like,
Well, hell, sharks got scaled.
yeah. Stay calm, bro. Cut the music.
Coming back?
There's another one right there. Yeah, they keep fighting now. Once they hit that, they don't want to see that. They're channel.
Fuck this shit. Why, right in here. Don't hit me with my pocket.
Here we go, guys. Another drummy. About 18 inches right there. Power line crab.
Man, get out of here. Get gone.
I don't know what nonsense. Told my wife was bitching about the thing. Get it? Which one? The one on the right, I just cast.
Shut up, dude. Come here.
Got one, or is it another perch?
That's not a perch, bro.
Okay, catfish. He's running left. Oh, he's running.
He's running.
Crank on that boy. Yep, no, I'm filming. Go right, go right, go right, go right. Go. No, you go right. Go right. Just go right. You go right. Just keep. You wanna keep him. There you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's pulling you. I think that might be a redfish, bro.
I hope it is.
Hope so, because you ain't done shit all day, man.
Hey, I worked all day, all right?
Black drum. Black drum. Get him, bro. Ooh, that's a nice one too, bro. Good job. There you go.
Good job.
Welcome to real fish catching. No more catfish. That's probably that's a big one, dude. That's definitely the biggest one of the night.
I didn't mean to pee in front of everybody, but excuse me while I whip this out.
Yep. Like a catfish. So two bottom fish.
Look at that hook set. It is right through. It is right through the very bottom lip right there. And look, by the way, still got that shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
Still got that shrimp.
There you go.
Still got it.
That's on the power line crab again. Got himself a dorkfish.
I was going to say an owl, but
back up a little bit.
look how big it is.
There you go. Good
Nice.
one. Yeah.
He good.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Very good. Get down on the stringer. Or a cooler, whatever. I just cast it down, not even 2 minutes ago. Now we're here.
I think I'm winning.
I think they're identical.
I think I'm winning. Look.
Yeah, you got me by
Uh-huh.
about an inch. But you got me by an inch.
That's what she said.
But it's okay, because I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Would have never got any of them had I not come got this spot.
There you go, guys. A great night of fishing.
It was a good night of fishing. We had a good time. Learned a lot of knowledge and give some out. Y'all make sure y'all review and listen to most of it, not all of it.
Be sure to wear your waders. It does get deep.